Good afternoon, I'm Emma Lewis, HR Director at TSE Strip UK, and I'm speaking to you today about our new HR skills strategy. I really appreciate your time. The presentation today has 5 primary aims. Number 1, provide you with a context of the change in HR sphere and highlight why change is needed. Number 2, provide an overview of the HR vision and goals. I want to share our revamped purpose and the vision built around 4 key principles. Whilst the plan today relates to our Strip UK operations, I want to reiterate that we will remain fully aligned with our European colleagues. Number 3, I want to provide a revised roadmap for our HR department. What are our goals and what changes are needed to achieve them? I'm going to highlight how you, as leaders, can assist through effective and transparent leadership. I will need your full support to implement the new HR plan. Finally, I'm going to provide an overview of our drive for HR excellence. The drive to achieve excellence should be at the heart of the new road plan. I want HR to be fully aligned with the business, be agile to change and adaptable to the changing global world. At TSE, our current strategy is built around the strategic wheel. At the centre of the wheel are our people. They are the key to delivering everything we do, our true competitive advantage. Having dedicated, well-trained people is instrumental to our long-term success. We are facing unprecedented changes which have been amplified by the COVID-19 pandemic. There's a pressing need to find sustainable long-term profits in a very difficult international arena. Markets are trying to recover from the impact of the pandemic and head off a recession, and we continue to face the struggle against subsidised imports from the East which are affecting our prices. We have the complexity of a workforce who are now predominantly remote and home working, which has accelerated the need to address our employee engagement model. To achieve a sustainable future and improve our competitive position, we need to keep the employment cost per tonne lower than competitor benchmarks. We need to achieve this whilst also maintaining high professional standards and continuing to develop the skills and capabilities of our workforce and making Strip UK a workplace employees want to be part of. Okay, so why is change needed? Always at the back of our mind must be the results of the last Organisational Health Index survey undertaken in 2017. 20,857 employees were invited to participate and 57% provided a response. The results was an overall health score for Steel Europe of 52, an improvement of 2 points but still in the bottom quartile scoring. This indicated a significant opportunity for us to become a more effective organisation. Employees in Strip UK had the least positive perspective in the scoring. The scores were centred around 9 outcomes, highlighting a sense of strength in our external orientation and how we deal with our customers. Worryingly, the bottom 2 scores were for work environment and motivation. Within these areas, creative and entrepreneurial spirit, financial incentives and rewards and recognition scored the least. We have made some changes to the way we operate to counter the above. We have started to introduce local and personal initiatives to engage colleagues at work with the aim to improve mindset, energy and fun. A week of wellbeing was organised for the first time in FY19 and will be followed up this year. But there is much more to do. We were due to launch a new survey in summer 2020, but given the current situation, we'll be pushing this back to 2021. This is an ideal time to make an impact and engage with our employees, showing them we care and we need them. The second driver for change is the shift of focus from personnel to HR and now to people management. In the early 1990s, there was a shift of focus from the traditional operational personnel world to that of human resource management. There was a move from processes and administration to a way of managing a workforce where the people are considered a strategic asset. In the 2000s, Tata restructured and we built our HR structure around the David Ulrich 3-legged stool model. This saw an adoption of a 3-tier structure comprising business partners, centre of expertise and operations. This model has seen a shift of focus to outcomes and delivery measured via a suite of KPIs. Ulrich stated the model required HR professionals to focus less on what they do and more on what they deliver. As we strive to be more agile and transformational, we need to look at how we can drive our HR model further and move from being process-focused to people-driven. In Sage 2019, the white paper, The Changing Face of HR, 94% of leaders anticipated a change in the focus of HR to a people team. Sage highlighted that people teams' critical importance of investing in their people and attracting and retaining the best in order to drive company growth. Linked to the move of a people focus is another driver for change, the increasing need to facilitate the employee journey. Culture Hub observed that the employee experience encapsulates what people encounter, observe, or feel over the course of the employee journey at an organisation. In the Changing Face of HR report by Sage, 92% of employees stated great employee experiences was important to get them productive at work. Our 2017 OHI survey shows employee engagement is an area of weakness for our organisation and should therefore be prioritised. The employee experience is intrinsically intertwined with employee engagement, which is concerned with the relationship between employee and employer. And employee well-being is concerned about the physical and mental health of people at work. Individuals want new ways of working. They want more flexible work patterns that can be flexed around families and lifestyles. They want to be able to work from home and have the technology to know this will not be a barrier to productivity. The message is clear. An empowered and engaged workforce is unstoppable. The final why is centred around the growing need to embrace technology. Klaus Schwab coined the term the fourth industrial revolution to describe technologies like artificial intelligence, quantum computing, 3D printing and the Internet of Things. He argued these technological changes are drastically altering how individuals, companies and governments operate, ultimately leading to social transformation similar to previous industrial revolutions. The importance is emphasised in the 2019 Gartner Technology and Trends report, which states that competitive advantage for 30% of organisations will come from the workforce ability to creatively exploit emerging technology. Advancements in digitalisation and automation are enablers to assist the organisation in achieving competitive advantage through its people. Artificial intelligence and automation can aid efficiency and streamline processes, freeing HR to be more involved with human and personal tasks. The increased prominence of people science harnesses data analytics and can provide metrics to identify what drives employees. If embraced in the right way, data can enlighten us of issues before they arise. The growth of the Internet of Things will enable HR to utilise technology to enhance the employee experience and heighten touchpoints on their journey. So how will we do it? Firstly, our HR purpose and vision. Our purpose, to unlock the potential of our people and develop our organisation to deliver customer value sustainably. Our vision is to have highly competent, excellent employees, safe, value-driven teams, an engaged workforce, and a modern, agile and disciplined organisation. The HR roadmap for delivery is built around 5 key themes: to attract and onboard talent, build capabilities, unlock performance, drive organisation change, and deliver digital HR. These themes will be underpinned by the introduction of 3 delivery drivers: a HR skill plan, a digitised workplace barometer, and the adoption of agile working. So let's look at the first delivery driver, the HR skill plan. It places significant reference and focus on the adoption of the following critical skills for HR, which will be adopted via upskilling and recruitment. Firstly, communication. The need to articulate and support both employer and employees requires finely tuned communication skills. Data analysis. There's a greater need to have the ability to read and analyse data. Professionals need to leverage data to enhance decision making. Emotional intelligence. Know what is needed to enhance the employee journey, how the actions of the organisation impact on employee well-being and the experience. There's a need to expand technological skills with expert knowledge. Have experts to undertake AI and digitalisation, allowing for the remainder of the HR team to undertake value-added people activities. Resilience is the final skill needed. It is essential in an agile working world. We need to be adaptable and look at trends and opportunities as a means to enhance and be flexible and change to those needs. Our HR skills plan will be facilitated for the adoption of the new CIPD profession map, the international benchmark for HR, within which our people function will be appropriately trained and accredited. The map will support all our activities. At the heart of the map is the purpose to be a people profession that champions better working lives. Underpinning this purpose are a set of professional values, to be principles-led, so going beyond the process and rules and doing what's right. To be evidence-based, using evidence to make good judgments. And be outcomes-driven, so focusing on work that will have the greatest impact to solve the people problems for our organisation. The standards are the expectations needed to ensure maximum impact in the workplace. The core knowledge and core behaviours are what's needed to be an expert in people, work and change, and how to behave to achieve the core values. Specialist knowledge are standards that are specialisms like talent, diversity and engagement. We will aim to have experts in all the identified areas. The next delivery driver is the Workplace Barometer. The aim of the barometer is to promote the need for an engaged and workers-focused workforce. It will be used to identify employee needs and expectations with a view to developing proactive actions. It will be accessed via a new app. It will be undertaken on a quarterly basis across all users. It will be a touch point for understanding the current well-being of employees. It will allow for a comment section, allowing free text and an anonymous reply from employees. The results will be published in the quarterly manager update across the organisation, and it ties in well with employee need for reward and recognition. The final driver is the adoption of agile working. Agility is the ability to anticipate and address the forces affecting the business. According to a report by the Economist Intelligence Unit in 2009, 90% of senior executives surveyed across the world believe organisation agility is critical for business success. Our new organisation will be designed around the employee life cycle, putting the needs of the employees first, helping people to develop and perform as highly as possible with a seamless experience to the customer enabled by new ways of working. These new ways of working will support a more flexible workforce based on the following principles. Flexing when people work, for example, adopting more part-time working, variable shifts and staged retirement. Changing the status of how people are employed, optimising the mix of permanent employees, temps and outsourcing. Changing how people do their jobs, adopting multi-skilling, secondments and job rotation. Reviewing where people work, for example, more use of home working, flexible locations and hot desking. There's a driving need to be proactive and look for changes and trends in the internal and external environment. Our professional skilled HR team will be horizon scanning and be aware of the latest trends and technological advances. We will be receptive to the data from the Workplace Barometer. The feedback will allow us to identify issues that are arising in a timely manner and provide a better execution of employee lifestyle activities. To allow this to happen, we need leadership collaboration. We need to define exactly what leadership effectiveness means to ETSE as an organisation. We need to equip you, our leaders, with the skills to be able to fully utilise technology and scrutinise the data given. We need to increase the value impact of leadership across the organisation by fostering a feedback culture where the employee voice is welcomed. We need you to stimulate a culture of value-based improvement and innovation, to empower the teams to start working when they are likely to create value and stop working when they do not deliver value for the business. We need you to drive improved decision-making for the utilisation of consistent dashboards and robust business and people-focused KPIs, aligning all teams in the organisation to the same goals. Ultimately, we want to achieve HR excellence. We want to drive innovation and invest in technology, utilising digitisation to generate business value and empower leaders to drive a digital-first agenda. We need to foster the importance of partnership across functions and operations. In April 2017, competing against 258 other companies, TSE was SAP's Gold Quality Award winner for cloud innovation across Europe, Middle East and Africa for the People Link project implementation. The project showed true collaboration between IT and HR. We need more of this as an exemplar of HR excellence. We need to fully leverage our dashboard capacity with timely and actionable analytics. We need to ensure that we have simple, integrated, new ways of working frameworks, streamlining processes to gain efficiencies, eradicating complex policies and models. We need to reduce the amount of management layers so decision making is simplified, ensuring decisions are made at the lowest level possible. To conclude, in 2001, Story stated the philosophy of human resource management should be built on the assumptions that it is the human resource that gives competitive edge, that the aim should be to enhance employee commitment. We should never lose sight that it is our people that offer differentiation, our true competitive advantage. Thank you again for your time today, and please get in touch with any queries.